away from the energy of the life. It's a deep thing. It was a time where men didn't have lights at night. They let the nighttime be for the nighttime, meaning darkness. If the life say it needs to be dark at night, then you better not light no flame. You leave it dark. Now, they had no worries about nothing because they was one with the animals. So nighttime was just nighttime. And it was a deep thing because man could see at night, just like the animals. And it's because during the whole day they was getting that full charge from the sun. All day walking around. Now, the sun is more than just light, but it's pushing out all the energy that we could possibly need. One day worth of sun energies that probably last 5,000 years. But their eyes was getting that organic sun energy the proper way. Now, we get sun energy, well, most people don't. We avoid the sun. So, people be hidden in their cars, people be indoors, but we don't get that sunlight. We stay hidden away in the buildings and things like this. Back in those times, they had little huts and things like this. It was just for sleeping. Other than that, they was out in the life, experiencing the life, watching the life. The same way we watch the life on TV, they watch it in real lifetime. Spend a lot of time watching the animals learning. Men don't spend time learning no more. But it's a deep thing. They would get that sunlight in their eyes all day so that by the time nighttime came, eyes was like flashlights. Now, you don't have that ability no more because we avoid sunlight. We put shades on and all type of stuff. And then, when nighttime comes, we cut on that artificial light. The light bulb. You cut that on. Now, the eyes going to receive the light. Our pupils, that part of the eye that's light, it receives in the light, which is supposed to be that sunlight or that moon energy light. That is what the light of the eyes is supposed to be feeding off. But instead, it's feeding off that artificial light that you got in your room or your house turned on. And it's a deep thing y'all have to grasp. Because your eyes is receiving in that artificial light and it's having its effect. Meaning your eyes are not being powered, but they're losing power because it's trying to compensate for the artificial light that it's trying to receive in. Because it's mistaking it for sunlight. And it's pulling energy trying to receive it in, but it's not receiving no energy back. Because that light ain't real, it's artificial. Now, when the sun is shining and the light of your eyes is pulling in that energy from the sun, that's good. It's feeding on what it's supposed to. At nighttime, when the moon is shining in your eyes, the light of your eyes is receiving in that energy from the moon, that's organic. That's good. But when you sitting right under the lamp at your desk and that fake light shining in your eyes don't discern the difference. It mistake it for the moon or the sun. And it start pulling to receive that energy. But that energy ain't real. And it's energy being used and trying to receive in nothing. And this is why people start getting bad on their eyesight and things like this. You go back in native times before Christopher Columbus times, you ain't never seen no images of them drawing no... They ain't draw... You know how many elders was here in ancient times? Name one that had glasses. Think about it. You'll see images of the oldest Native American you could think of with the cloth over them, but they never had on glasses. Why? They always could see. They be 1,000 or look 1,000. Never have on glasses. If you may be one of the lucky people that seen this, because there's always somebody that pop up like, no, I seen one. Most people ain't never seen the Native Americans. Think about when you see those uncivilized islands that they discover, and there be aborigines to the island that live on there, and they be running around with the tunics, the loincloths over their privacies. And they pretty much uncivilized, how we would say. Now I want you to think. Because there be some real old ones there. They always got their elders. They be old. They be having no teeth and all types of things. Do they have glasses on? Think about when they show the slums of Jamaica and they show those real old dreads. And they be having they dreads be so long and so old, be orange. They be about 89, 90 years old. No glasses on. Perfect vision. Why? Because they don't spend all their time consumed indoors. They're outside in the life. Ask the Jamaicans. They'll tell you, yeah, we spend a lot of time outside, getting that sunlight and that moonlight. And their eyes is receiving that in. And that energy is being used. And it's keeping the eyes good. And we on this side of the earth, sitting under the lamp. And the eyes is receiving that in. And it's wasting all its energy. Because that ain't doing nothing. So it's receiving in nothing. But it's giving up so much energy. It's a deep thing. It's like chasing food and never getting it. Now you're still hungry and you're tired. And that's why your eyes struggling with the sight as we get older. Because everything is cause and effect. The light bulb don't affect you right away. But this is how cause and effect works. It's over periods of time. Next thing you know, you 60 years old. Next thing you know, you 40 years old. Got on glasses. You're like, damn, I can't see already. Got them brothers on the island. They 108. You don't need no glasses. He could see a fish in the river from his tent. It's a deep thing. Y'all don't realize. You can't even see who in front of you. You like, is that you, Jimmy? And this is how we are. It's a deep thing. We got to get back in tune. We got to get an understanding of life and the connections of the energy. We got to get back in tune with how tones have an effect on the spirit, the psyche of a person. So that we can communicate better with each other. And through the practice of that, we can come back one with the animals. Because that's the key to everything. When we can become back one with the animals, this is when y'all going to begin to see a change in the life. But first, the system has to disappear, because this is the only way y'all going to ever be able to be around animals in the wild. Because if we don't do something fast, there's not going to be any animals in the wild. They're going to all be in zoos. It's a deep thing. But that's the key. We got to get back in tune with the understanding of tone. Things like this. We got to get an understanding of the energies of life and how all living things have energy. The food you eat, whether it be vegan or meat, because I don't get into all that foolishness telling people what to eat. You have to know self to know the diet you need. You have to know the state of health that you're in to know the diet you need. You have to understand that there's business involved. If you're buying food from any store, I don't care how much you like the store, then if you ain't doing it yourself, you just got to have a brain and know. But at the end of the day, the food, the water, all things, living things, have atoms within them. Now, atoms is energy, positive, negative charge, just like a light has negative energy, has a negative wire, a positive wire, and a neutral wire, and that energy together gives you energy, lights. All living things have atoms in them, which is the negative energy, the positive energy, and the neutral. And this is an atom. And there's billions of atoms within everything. So this is just to give you the perfect perspective that all things have so much energy within it. All things, from the food, the animals, the water, everything consists of energy, and we all feed off the energy. As for the living organisms, we get our energy from the sunlight and the moonlight and the falling rain water. Because water have atoms within them. It hits your skin with that sun energy, because energy is just like the physical things. You mix one physical thing with another physical thing, you get something new, something better. So the energies are the same way. That sunlight energy is a different kind of energy than water energy. The atoms that make up water give off a different level of energy because different atoms are within that. So just try to grasp what I'm saying. But the sunlight energy and the water energy is different energies, but they go together. And it brings about an exotic kind of energy. And this is what man needs. We're supposed to take baths and showers outside sometimes. During the heated times of the year, we're supposed to bathe and shower outdoors and let the sunlight dry us with that water energy and the sunlight energy plus our energy all combined and letting the skin absorb it in. We're missing out on a lot of things in the life that we need. It's a deep thing, man. It's a lot of restrictions going on. It's a lot of limiting. People are being so limited, y'all are missing out so many things in life. There's somebody right now that can do so much for the life. But they're so lost into the system that they're just trying to fit in. Because we're all groomed to try and make us fit in and be a certain way. It's a deep thing. If I didn't have the intellect that I have, I'd be a rapper right now. Because I'm one of the best rappers you never heard. And nobody will dispute this. People that know me will tell you, the nigga's cold-blooded with the lyrics. But now, this is not, what I'm doing now is not as cool as being a rapper. But this could bring about a great deal of change in the world than I could as a rapper. This would be monumental if I can reach the people more than the rapping. And my point is that there's a young kid out there right now that he's destined to be the greatest scientist of the next generation to come. But being as though the life is how it is, so unbalanced with the peer pressures and people being so balanced and you have to eat this way and look this way and this and that, that child will be groomed into wanting to be a rapper of this thing or that. And this is what I mean by limits and restrictions are being put on us. And it's a deep thing, man. A lot of y'all are a lot smarter, or y'all are on a path, or was on a path, to be so much greater than you are now, but you got lost in the system. You lost your morality and your principles, and in that, you lost yourself. And you forgot what really mattered to your heart. And you went for what was cool in the world and what would get you riches. And it's a deep thing. This is why you got brothers like Mos Def just giving up rap out of the blue and just traveling the earth. Because people ain't really doing what they truly want to do in life. It ain't even a platform for that. For them. So it's a deep thing. It's sad, man. If a man had knowledge to build himself a beautiful, lovely ship out of, let's say, 100 logs,